It's my pleasure, my privilege once again to welcome you to Matters Arising, the flagship talk show of Kaftan TV. And as many of you are already aware, Matters Arising focuses on the analysis of trending topical issues, both national and international, and the analysis is done by our team of seasoned in-house journalists. My name is Dayo Omoogun.
And I am from Stephen. Welcome to Matters Arising.
Ekaette Ibuot is my name. Good evening.
All right. We never fail to remind you that Matters Arising is designed to be conversational, to be incisive, and to be engaging, which means that your part is very sacrosanct. Your part in ensuring that you call in to weigh in on the subject matter. And of course, some of you, just in case you've lost the number is 08029938365. Maybe that's too fast. 08029938365. You probably want to write it somewhere so that when it's time, you don't begin to look for it. But of course, at the appropriate time, it will be put on the screen. And let me help us to have a very fantastic, very smooth conversation. Please, when you do call in, please do cut down the volume of your TV set or of your device, whatever it is that you're using. And then also, please move away from the TV set so that there's no clash of the, I don't know what really happens. Engineers will probably find the right word. And then also, I like you if you could put down the points that you want to talk about so you don't have to ramble. And in just 1 minute or thereabouts, you can deliver your opinion very succinctly, and so that the world can see that you've got something to offer. Who knows, maybe the solution to our problems in Nigeria rests with you. But if you don't say it well, if there's no clarity, if the network is jammed because your TV volume is too loud, or whatever, any of those things, you are working against yourself, and we won't have a beautiful conversation. So please, let's take note of these points. And what exactly are we talking about today? I'm sure many of us can even predict that we will be talking about the violation of airport rules that has trended. Last week, it was Quam 1. In actual fact, on social media now there's Quam 0. And we refer to Quam 0 as Oshomole, Senator Oshomole. Then Quam 1 is Quam 1, that says King Wasiu and Indi Marshal, the first, the ultimate. And then the second one, Quam 2, is Comfort Emanson. And then there's a Quam 3, but I think that's in some distant past. So it's not really one of the ones that's really trending. So what's really trending right now has to do with Quam 1 and Quam 2. And we are saying all of this is birthed out of the lawlessness that people, Nigerians, generally display. We tend to be full of ego. We tend to want to oppress other people and say that the laws don't apply to me, I'm too big for that law. The law applies to Ekaette and Steve. That's a new member of the house. Steve is his name. So it applies to them. It doesn't apply to me, I'm too much. That attitude just got to stop. I'm going to leave it here for now so that we can hear from my co-travelers, my co-panelists. Yeah.
All right. Talking about lawlessness in our aviation system, I think this thing is becoming rampant. It wasn't like this in those days. Before now, if you enter the airplane, you have to off your phone. Nobody will tell you
no
that.
Quarrels.
No quarrels.
Once it is announced,
yes.
Put it off.
The first time I entered the plane, I was not asked to off my phone. I was waiting for it. But I waited, nobody. I saw some people pressing their phones and I felt, okay, it doesn't cause problem anymore. That was what I thought. But when I was coming back, I was asked to off my phone. Simply, I could not understand why someone is operating a system and is giving policies and rules, regulations for your own safety, and you decide to flaunt it, to put your life at risk and put the life of others at risk. I don't understand the reason why someone should do that. Maybe the person may have been somehow, it shows your reputation, your family reputation, the way you are trained, and people should obey rules and regulations, especially when it has to do with your security. You don't need to flout it, you don't need to argue about it. Rules and regulations organizes the society. It is very, very sacrosanct. It's not supposed to be something to toy with.
Well, the recent incidences in the aviation sector is actually a thing of concern because, like somebody has just said, it's for our own safety. But generally, Nigerians, we have this. I don't know if it's out of ignorance or if out of pride or something that. We tend not to adhere to simple instructions. Like if let's start from where we wrote a movement where people are being persuaded or people need to have a continuous reminder on how to use the simplest thing as seat belts. I mean, in Nigeria, it's a big problem, and for me, that is where that attitude started from, and now people have taken it higher by taking it to the aviation sector. But what they fail to understand is that sector is actually very, very sensitive. If accidents happens maybe on the road or car, it can be managed, but anything that has to do with the aviation sector is of very high risk, and it should not just be taken for granted and overlooked. As a Nigerian, if you are on flight and then you are asked to adhere to simple instructions according to the International Civil Aviation Organization, the international standard of aviation standard, I think it's something we have to adhere to. And I will believe before now, maybe we were not doing the needful, but ever since the coming in of Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, I think we've had a lot of positive development in that sector where safety is something that must not be taken for granted, because all over the world, I mean, if you are on flight, you are asked to do some certain things. You are asked to use your seat belt. Then when it's necessary, you are asked to tighten up, and when it's necessary, sometimes you are being asked just to be at one place by not moving. All these things are not just for saying sake. All these announcements while on board are not just for saying sake, talking sake. They are meant for our safety. So it's time for us as Nigerians, if you know you are too big to adhere to some of these instructions, why not follow the road, which is best? Because I wouldn't say bad thing. One good thing about the sector is that if anything that happens, injury to one is like injury to all, because whatever affects one person there, it has a way of affecting every other person. So it's just for our own sake. Let's try to adhere to some of these instructions.
Well, I think that one thing that we also must take note of is that our lawlessness in this country is not limited to the aviation sector. I think we generally have ego problems. Most of us, can't be everybody, but most of us. Today, teachers find it hard to discipline children because they will have to contend with their parents. Sometimes, something as simple, you have guests who come for programs here, and you tell them before they get inside the studio, please put down the volume of your phone. You tell them when you get inside, just before the program starts. And suddenly, the program is afoot. And then suddenly, the phone rings. And you're looking at, this is a very highly responsible person. It's somebody of timber and caliber in society. And if you can't obey this simple thing, why? The reason why we're in the mess that we are in as a nation is simply because we love to flout rules. Even the road transport that he said, a lot of people refuse to put their names down on the manifest.
Yes.
It's for our safety, isn't it?
For our safety.
Put your name there. Put the name of a relative there. Put the name, your phone number there. Put the address of your, the phone number of your next of kin, and put your address there, and put destination there. Where are you living from? Abuja to Lagos, Abuja to Owerri. Is it not for your own good, so that if anything happens, they can have someone to call? Several persons have died and they can't trace their origin. Is that what you prefer? You know, he just said, Ekaette just said that many times in the planes, injury to one is injury to all, almost all the time. The casualty figures are usually very, very depressing.
Sometimes you find it difficult to even find a survivor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember, I think there was one survivor, or how many survivors in that 1988 crash? That is this
Soliso? It's only one survivor.
Right. And when you see the survivor, you feel pity. One woman, right? Yes. She had scars. Real burns that changed her life permanently.
After several surgeries.
Now, this was a beautiful woman before that encounter. That's the crash that took the life of this woman bishop.
Yes.
Very fantastic.
Yes.
Bimbo, yes,
Pastor Bimbo.
So, why to, in fact, Soliso, right? The captain of this thing, somebody that I know personally. So, I felt the pain. We lived in the same area for a long time. The wife's sister used to attend the same church with us. So they had twins, handsome black man like this. He died. So you will notice that it was a neighbor in this extant case. It was a neighbor who collected the phone, because he knew that, whether he or she knew that if this thing happens, it will not happen to only the errant person, the offender. It's like how they say in Africa. I know most cultures have that proverb, that if your neighbor is eating this hairy, like caterpillar, I think caterpillar form of one particular thing, that hairy, this thing, has hairs, but it's sweet. If he's eating that thing and you don't caution him, when the cough will begin, you will not be able to sleep at night.
And you will not be able to sleep at night. Communicable.
Okay, the cough is
communicable.
So I don't know why it's so difficult for us to abide by rules. It's a general thing in Nigeria.
I think Nigerians, we like absolute freedom. And
absolute freedom causes absolute disaster.
We like absolute freedom, especially when we are close to people who call the shots.
But the question is there any absolute freedom?
That is the thing. There's no absolute freedom. There's no absolute
freedom leads to problems. Absolute freedom leads to captivity. I don't know whether we can put it together. You think you're enjoying. Okay, look at it now. When we have lived our lives carelessly, we have eaten everything in excess. Suddenly, they say diabetes. Then they now tell you like 50 things you must not eat.
Something you would have been cautious.
If you have been moderate, you could continue with your life
for your whole entire life.
So I think that we really need
apart from switching off phones and all that, it's against the ethics of aviation ethics for you to even smoke inside while on board. And some Nigerians still hide and put their lives and the lives of others.
Even local flights in Nigeria, you're not supposed to drink alcohol. That's what caused the case of Kwam.
Yes.
Even though he has denied that the content of the flask was not alcohol. That is debatable.
But you are not even supposed to even go there with liquid.
No, he's saying that he has a rare case of dehydration where the doctor has advised that he should have water handy all the time. Well.
No, but even at that, when he was asked to
submit it,
and then another question is, how was he able to pass through the screening
before even getting to the plane? We don't uphold laws. It's a good thing that gradually, like you mentioned, that under Keyamo, it looks as if we are waking up from slumber. I hope that this continues, because ordinarily these are some of the things people have done several times over and gotten away with it. In fact, people will even be afraid to raise the issues. I'm sure that's what that provoked the anger of that pilot and said, what's wrong with this person?
Yes.
Okay, if I move, make you
That
was wrong, but
well, the worst scenario would have been when it is coming from the other side. This one is a passenger.
Yes.
But in some cases, you also see management, one of them trying to prove stubborn over issues.
True.
And that's the truth. And that will be more fatal. So if you are a passenger, first of all, you have to be very watchful, very calculating, for you to know when things are not going right. If it's coming from your fellow passenger, you call them to caution. If it's coming from the management of the aviation, the airplane, you call them to caution, so that everybody will be able to do the right thing. I think one of the most problems that we have is that you hardly see people doing wrong things and you see people cautioning them. Few people do that. Only few people do that.
Yes.
People are very conscious. Until I started covering environment, that I realized that I'm an environmental ambassador. I'm an environment ambassador. If you are drinking some kind of pure water or sachet water or drinking bottle something, where I am, you cannot throw it out. I will stay inside the car. You want to throw what you just consumed, the outside, the container outside. I say no, keep it inside the car. The driver will take care of it when. Exactly. That is how everywhere. That's how you're supposed to behave when you see people. But because all of us are strangers in a certain area, you will want to find it difficult to approach people or to talk to people.
Your attitude is the correct thing. Let's take this first caller. Take this first caller. There's a caller here. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, dear. Thank God for the program people are doing this night.
Right.
Yes, I appreciate what Captain is doing.
Thank you very much.
Give us opportunity to do a little contribution, whether the leaders will give attention. God will continue to bless you people in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, there. You see, there are two dimensions.
My viewers are asking what's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this constant citizen from Bison.
All right then.
Constant citizen. One thing, no matter the offense, the video that was shown, the half nakedness of that leg is wrong.
Totally wrong.
No matter the reason, no matter the offense, that is purely wrong, totally wrong. He that leaked that video, he that showed that video should be sanctioned. It is wrong.
Keyamo already said that. The minister.
Which message are you showing to the world and the children? Are you getting the issue? It's very, very wrong. And assuming it's my sister or my wife or whatever, I won't take it lightly with whoever. It doesn't matter where anybody can be mad.
By now, if I don't sharpen your cutlass.
I'm telling you, Nigeria is a corrupt place. Let me say it. Now look at the issue. I must say this, we are corrupt. Now look at our problem here. You know, there's a word talking of analysis and talking for solution. There are two types of talk. You can just talk for analysis, but you talk for solution. Let's talk for solution now. What is the cause of what is happening in this country? When the father is corrupt, what do you expect from the children? Go to our high institutions. Universities where you raise candidates to become fathers, leaders, and all the rest. But go to our schools and see. Now look at students attending lecture. I remember when I was in primary school, no teacher will want to punish you for allowing your fingernails to grow when his own is not cut. Are you getting me? Before you now want to put scissors on somebody's daughters or whatever, how did you put your own? The leader want to correct somebody must be correct. We will check our leader right from president to governor, commissioner, whoever. How did they get to power? Are they not the one promoting corruption here and there? How did they get to power? So when they are showing that example, what do you expect? Go to our university, our HODs, vice chancellors and all the rest. Are they really good example? So when there is corruption, then what do you expect in the society? Now, if you want to correct a child in the school, and the parents will come against you. I read where a father went to the school to slap a teacher in the class because he failed his child. So the leaders are not example. Go to the road and see what police is doing here. Not all of them are correct, but go to the road and see. No, go to there and see. Go to school and see. Our politicians are corrupt. And yet, what do you expect from society? I think not showing bad example here and there. Favoritism here and there. If you are a rich man, matter will not get to you. But if you're a poor man, you will suffer it. The law is for the poor, not for the rich.
All right.
What do you expect in the society?
All right, concerned citizen.
So let's talk for solution, not just analysis, please. Our leaders are corrupt, and that's why things are going the way it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
can show the younger generation example.
Thank you, concerned citizens. Thank you so much.
And
thank you for your consistency all the time.
Let me quickly react to that. It's my opinion, and for me, I don't really align to that assertion or school of thought that because our leaders are corrupt or probably not doing well or doing well, that we have to toe that path. Because I think why I'm saying so is because we all pray and strive to outlive our parents, to be better than our parents. Most of us probably the parents did never had the privilege of being educated or trained the way we are. But you know, we decided to be better than them and move forward in life. So for people to be saying the problem, our major problem is on the fact that our leaders are not living up to expectations, we should toe that path. I don't think that's a solution. And then moving forward, like he has said, you know, safety in the aviation sector has to do with both sides, the passengers and then
officials.
The officials.
Let me take this. Okay. Please don't forget the train of your thoughts. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, my brother.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Please comrade Illicit from Ondo State, Omakoko.
You're welcome, sir.
Welcome, comrade.
I will start where that man stopped. What is there is that the law of this country is for the poor people, not for the leaders. Power corrupts power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. It is very disgracing when we see some leaders. They will steal the money of this country. Nothing will be done. But if ordinary man, ordinary civil servant, if he steals 1,000, he will be penalized. Besides that, he will be jailed. And after that, he or she may lose their jobs. Why that in this country? The leaders, they take themselves as if they don't belong to this country. But the innocent people, they are suffering in silence. Even not in silence nowadays. It is problem. So it is physical that the people that they don't have something, so they are suffering under the law. Why the leaders they are enjoying? It is so ridiculous. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you, comrade. So, comrade is aligning with concerned citizen.
Yes.
Ekaette, if you have not lost the train of your thoughts, you want to continue?
Okay, I wanted to. I was about saying, you know, like aviation safety, it's contributory from the part of the passengers and then the staff, the crew, and all that. Let's use Kwam 1 for example. You know, if the pilot did something that got negative reactions, where she almost killed the man involved in that scenario. I mean, if she had ended up killing him, but not for the smartness of the said person, and then even the people on ground, can imagine by now the number of casualties we would have been talking about. I mean, it would have been a different ball.
Maybe it's Quam 1 or Quam 2.
Yes, and then coming to Quam 2, what's happened, no matter, somebody said, this, no matter the offense, no matter how unruly that passenger was, it should have been treated in a well-mannered way. You can imagine what the conversation that issue has generated. Now, the conversation is not even that she acted unruly or negatively. The conversation now is that the international aviation standard was not adhered to, because if it was, that case of Quam 2 would have been handled professionally. And imagine if not that the plane had landed, that would have generated to probably accidents and other things. And despite that, it has also brought an embarrassment to that family, to the airline, to Nigeria as a country. It has become an international embarrassment. I think looking at the safety, the aviation safety, there is need for more probably trainings and retrainings to be done, and then passengers too. Aviation is classy.
True.
It's classy. I mean, anybody that is found on a flight, it's assumed to have gone to a certain level.
Yeah, sure.
And please, there is need for that level to be maintained.
Exactly. Welcome to Matters Arising.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
May God bless you. Comrade Dayo is speaking from Akure, Ondo State.
You're welcome to the show.
Actually, that lady from the air in some area, it disobeyed the rules guiding the flight operations. And secondly, the woman too also need to be blamed too. Our ladies nowadays should be able to dress decently. At least you should be able to comport yourself the way you dress. And you are going to for airport. Look at the way she dress also. That's what I've been telling our women too. Let them dress decently. You must have underwear before you can put on the external one. Then finally, the crew need to be penalized. All those staff that man having the ladies, you need to be penalized. And they need to even pay certain something for her. Because they need to compensate. Because I don't even know. Even though the woman that is misbehaving very well, but they shouldn't have treated her with womanasa to that extent. So all these people need to be trained. All those workers and the staff there, they need to be trained. They have even degraded the country, the glory of the country. I don't like the way they behave in Africa to Africa. Very bad. But our ladies should be able to dress decently. Maybe they prepare. Well, they are traveling to several other areas. Dress decently.
Maybe those inner wear are very expensive and not affordable. Don't you think?
Maybe they can fly. They can afford a ticket to fly.
I actually will want to plead with some female philanthropists to at least do giveaway of brackages, so that they can be engaged. So to that extent, maybe I agree with you, because I mean it's just like letting the dogs out like that.
I would say our ladies need to be taught at home. They need how to dress decently before going out. This is why we have the parents to be teaching their children so that they see it.
All right, comrade. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How's our correct this evening? Okay, he's gone. Now, so it looks like you wanted to weigh in.
Yes, I wanted to say something. But I think from the video I saw on the social media, that woman was wearing something house. I
Prior
don't
to the
know,
scuffle.
for years.
Yes.
So yes, she was not wearing bra, but she was wearing wear with a jacket or something.
Jacket.
So
what
how
led that jacket left
was removed. That is my point.
That's a blind
There is
spot. We don't have
because the story we have been hearing is coming from one side. There are two sides of every story.
Yeah, sure.
And that is why the NBA is calling for investigation into the issue. She has already been
and the rights have been violated.
Yes, I think she's in the prison now, right?
Yes, unless if anything has happened in the last 1 hour.
Exactly. NBA has weighed in that the event should be investigated, and that is the right thing to do, because there is always another side of the story, which by the time we hear after the investigation what really transpired, we will not really understand whether she is the one to be blamed
or not
totally, or the management or the officials had a hand in it.
Right. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yes. Good evening.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Old Yakubu Chocho calling from Plateau State.
Chocho! World Chocho!
I greet my sister there, Ekaette.
Good evening, Chocho.
Thank you. And the comrade here. You are speaking well. You see, to my own judgment here on this matter is that this lady has violated the rules of engagement. However, now the crew there members apprehending her in that area, violating her physical right. I think before she disengages herself from the airport, there are also passages that she has to follow before she goes out to enter her car or whatever that she is. Then you would have taken her out there. Security should have waited for her there, handcuffed her and take her for questioning. I think that would have been better. But violating that, and also the crew they are violating her right, and she also violating the right of how the rules there. Both sides of them they are faulted the law. And since now there has been the law says, or somebody somewhere with the authority has said, let's have the investigation. I think this investigation should go thoroughly so that Nigerians should know. One thing with me again that I see in Nigeria, you see, even on traffic, you discover this is the traffic, one lane, you see somebody that can affect, or the other vehicle is coming up the other side. Not every rider or every driver can have vision to notice you are coming. And especially if you are coming and the lane is also chopped. What else you now see, accident. I remember when I first, take my flight to Promised Land, Jerusalem. That is the one we are told. Put off your phone. The law is there. Put off your phone. And let me advise also, in my own way, that every individual, before going in, let there be collation of all phones, just like the security are doing. If you are going to Asoro, or you go to anywhere that is tight with security, they will ask you to keep your phone here.
True. National Assembly.
Phone there. When you finish one there, you come and collect your phone. It's still safe. So let also the rule of flying also engage that kind of system. Whenever you are coming, they will search you, search everything. Then if you have phone, put it on that. Then they go to hold phone, keep it somewhere, put it off.
Right, Chocho.
If you engaging on the phone, go back again and join the queue, take your phone and go. I think that will be okay.
All right, Chocho, thank you.
Nigerians are people who also find their way of violating the law. I pray that Nigerian law will be strong and Nigerian law will be respected. God bless you out there as we keep listening to you daily and daily.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Chocho. Now, I think that with all this, you may just find, especially these are our white brothers, they hardly sleep. They constantly are thinking of what can we do next. I won't be surprised that new planes that are manufactured will be manufactured in such a way that the moment you enter the plane,
Your phone will go off.
your phone goes off. I mean, simple. You no need to stress. The moment you enter the phone, the plane goes off. And I'm saying this to airplane manufacturers. I'm challenging you to go in that direction. I'm sure it's doable. There are places you enter right now.
Yes.
The moment you enter, you can't get service.
Like that airport side, you can't fly drone there.
Oh,
it's a no-fly
it's a no-fly zone.
If you put on your drone camera, it will not pick.
That's it. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Anybody in the house? Okay, we lost him. Now, so I think that's where we're going gradually with technology. You don't even need to tell anybody. The moment they enter, they'll just check. They can't even call they can't do anything.
But Dayo,
Yeah.
you know what baffles me is Nigerians.
Let me take this.
Let these guys.
Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm here with all the local calling from Delta State.
I didn't get that name.
Hello?
I didn't get the name.
Are you hearing me?
What did you say your name is again?
Henry Ogenovu.
Okay, Ogenovu. Please go on.
Okay. What I'm trying to contribute to this issue is that the said lady, assuming she caused the whole thing in the first place, assuming she simply obey the flight
don't have this issue.
all this issue would have not happened. Some people feel so arrogant, full of pride, to obey any public law, which is unfair. If anyone who cannot obey the rule of the aviation should not bother boarding a flight. We should always comport ourselves in public places. We should respect the rules of law to avoid such incidents that just happened to this lady. So that's my own contribution.
Thank you, Henry. I made this snappy. Thank you, and well delivered. I must thank most of the callers today. We've not had issue of loud television.
At least it's part of the adhering to instructions.
Apparently. Okay. Now, let me say this. I agree a lot with what this man said. Many times, action and reaction are opposite and equal.
Equal, yes.
But again, what I say is this, and I've said it at so many avenues, at so many places. Many times, the seed is usually smaller than the fruit. To get a cob of corn, all you need to plant is one seed of corn.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe two. And maybe out of the two is one that will germinate and bring a cob. And from that one stalk, one corn this thing, you can even have two cobs. And we're talking of just one seed.
You can even have a tree.
Now, what that means is that when you sow a seed, what will come out of it, whether seed of conflict, whether seed of crop or whatever, what will come out of it is far bigger than the seed. So as much as possible, it's so easy to comply with some of these rules. Like he said, if that didn't happen, why I do not support the manhandling. But why is any other person not being manhandled in this case? Why is she the one?
Why is she the one? That's what I was saying. There must be need for everybody to know our own side of the story.
Yes, it's very
something
important.
can prompt something.
It's very important.
Yeah, something can prompt something. But there was an issue we are talking about before, about our leaders not adhering to the rules of the game.
Yes.
There was an angle Ekaette was trying to refer before about the parents. If your parents are not doing the right thing, you must remain there. But I have a reservation about that.
I have reservations.
Yes, I have reservation. My reservation is that what you get from your parents, you multiply it.
That's it.
If you get the positive side, if your father is a footballer, you are likely to be a better footballer.
Yes.
You understand? If your father,
even if you don't play, you tend to love that game.
You love that game, and you must have an aspect of it that you do very well.
Right.
And secondly, if you if your father is maybe a pickpocket, you're going to be an armed robber. So he's always like that. So parents, parents, leaders. Leadership is everything. That is one thing with them.
That's correct.
Where the society will focus, where the level of development, where the society, how far they will go, depend on the people who lead you. So if our leaders are not playing by the game, I think one of them, Concerned Citizens, was talking about it. If our leaders are not playing by the rule, forget it. We are not going to go anywhere. When the river is I don't know the word now I'm going to use. When the river gets dirty from the head,
then it's dirty.
The whole stream is finished. Yes, yeah, from the source. So the people we elect as our leaders matter a lot. Secondly, and our leaders are not even really ready to play by the rule, because the winner takes it all for them. But those rules, are they really meant for them, or they make?
You can even see how they drive with their convoys.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly. Exactly. Because in the real sense, in a sane society, you don't need to move around with convoy. Why would you do that? You intimidate people and you
oppress your own citizens.
You obviously stratify the society. The people down there will not be happy about everything. And whenever there is an issue or there is a law, it's slanted so that it will not affect you, but it will affect others. What the man was saying was absolutely true.
True. Hello?
Hello?
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Mrs. Ekaette Ibuot calling from Edo State.
First woman to call on the show. I'd like you to, after this show, maybe tomorrow or whatever, before the week runs out, you'll get, you send your network, your phone network,
your line,
whether it's MTN, whether it's whatever, send a text to this number, and say that you are the one who called, the first woman who called on the show on so date and blah blah blah, and give your details. We'll send you 1,000 naira worth of your
recharge card.
Yeah.
Congrats.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Go on.
Okay, concerning the issue on ground that we're discussing about, yes, it's a two-way thing. I'm not going to really side the lady, but I'm coming from the angle of her dressing. Honestly, the thing that is bringing up this issue is because her body was exposed.
Yeah, that's what should really cause the anger now.
Maybe putting on a bra as a woman. Big meat. You understand? It would have gone a long way. Yes, she was in the aircraft. I don't think that place is hot. Some persons may decide to put on a sleeveless clothes, which is not out of place. But this is your private part. Why can't you keep it private? And now, secondly, the issue or what we heard is when the air hostess was saying, she's hitting me. She wants to, is it bring down the extinguisher or something.
Yeah, there was that part.
It was on that note that I believe she was being dragged out. So it is something that triggered her to do it, which we have not known. But now the other side of it that we are seeing is how we are reacting. But on her part, as a lady, she did not do well. It was an indecent dressing, honestly.
No, this is you're a lady now. Maybe is it that those these are very expensive now? Because it's becoming a general feature that a lot of ladies don't wear that. Is it very expensive?
Our bra is not expensive. It is not expensive. You can get a bra of 2,000, 3,000, and the lady of that caliber, looking at her phone or her wig, her hair alone, that hair alone can buy up to 10 bra if she wants to.
All right, okay.
I'm not trying to criticize where she's coming from, but looking at it, maybe I don't really know. But at least one of the things that is making the social media it is because her breast, let me use that word, was exposed.
Yes, that's correct.
Because if she had covered,
that's very embarrassing.
Was torn, that singlet was torn. No how, there is nobody that would have even seen her nakedness.
But did we also did anybody also have to tear that is it singlet now? Should we have done that?
Because he refused complying to the instruction. What if at that end in the course of that she used her maybe the phone or her shoe or what to break the whisker? How is it whiskey or what of the plate or something else happened? We should be able to pay, but let us hear our own side.
Yeah,
what regard it? If they were patient enough, at least the air hostess is patient enough, I don't think that lady will be there for the next 30 minutes or 1 hour. When she notices that people are leaving, are going, not the person will tell her to calm down. But everybody acted. It's a good thing we are seeing it, and I don't think it's also good that it was videoed.
Well, that's one sour point. That's one sour point.
Able to curtail what we put on air.
That's what is annoying. That's another part that is annoying. But if we didn't see that, maybe the pain, we wouldn't have gotten the real effect of what transpired.
That is just it. At least some persons, maybe the airline would have doctored it or wouldn't have gotten the information, or people who would have tried it and wouldn't have gotten it. But another thing, they were too fast to take her to the prison.
You know.
If it's one big man now, will it happen? It will not.
Wow. All right, let's leave it here.
At least justice. I don't know her name, but justice for her because of how she was being maltreated. But we are following it, sir.
All right. Your name again is
I am Mrs. Esther Chidi Carlo.
You are calling from?
I'm calling from Edo State.
Which part of Edo?
Uromi to be precise.
Bodiaye.
Uromi to be precise.
Bodiaye. You don't hear that language. Okay.
Let me quickly.
Yeah, we will respond to it. You can get off the line and watch.
Let me quickly add to that what she just said. I'm not a spokesperson to comforts, right? But in as much as comforts acted negatively, it's a no for me. Like let me respond to what Esther, the last caller, just said, that she was not dressed properly. We have seen cases where 2 women well dressed with bra and all that fighting, and then at the end of the day they get themselves torn and then the boob still pops up. Yes. So that is not even an assurance that her vital parts wouldn't have popped up if she was with bra. So for me, I don't think that's really a point. What we are all saying here is that
again, you know what? If she had a bra on,
she would have still been tripped because
it's possible. It's possible. But then this argument will not come up. Nobody will raise this as an issue. Why didn't you?
Yes.
That will come. That will come up.
She was dehumanized.
She has taken every necessary step to cover up.
The truth is, let's call a spade a spade. The truth is, somebody's right was violated.
Correct.
I've equally seen.
Let me take this. Hello. You are the first person violating the rules this evening. Your TV set is too loud.
Cut it. We expect your list. Cut it.
Now, so
I have also seen another video where a man still Ibom Air, where a man was dragged in such horrible manner, just like Comforts. So, I mean, aviation, like I said earlier, has to do with standard. It has to do with class. There is need for us to adhere to the tenets of the industry.
All right, let me take this last call, please. Let me take this last call. Ekaette, sorry about that. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
A few minutes.
This is Timothy calling from Enugu.
Can you do this in 30 seconds? Go ahead, Timothy from Enugu.
Okay, my submission is, in this matter, I see the Ibom Air officials, they acted unprofessionals. There's no situation that they cannot handle within that area without exposing it to the public. That is the area I'm looking at. Because for them to deny that lady from disembarking from the plane and also going in to bring her in a shameful manner, that shows that they are not professionals. They did not handle the matter as they're supposed to handle. So they have exposed themselves. That is the area I'm looking at. Number two is, that lady right has been violated. She has been dehumanized. You understand? The law says, whoever that committed offense, that person should be treated based on the offense she committed. So now, what the lady did in the plane, none of them open up. There must be something that provoked her to react in that way. The law describes that if there's an offense you commit out of provocation, and the law gives an excuse to that.
All right. Timothy, are you done?
Yeah, not much yet done. So what I'm saying is, her right has been violated. What I'm looking at is, please, let justice be done. Because so many men that we know, the last time it happens to Oshomoles, nobody is talking about him. He violated the rules, nobody is talking about, because he's a big man. Just last week, somebody stopped plane from flying. Nobody is talking about it, and it's an act of terrorism. Anybody to stop plane. You understand? It's an act of terrorism. Nobody is talking about it because it's close to the big man. So please, we are equal before the law.
All right. Timothy, we must go now. Timothy, we must go now. Thank you very much. Now, let me quickly say this: that indeed, they acted excessively. The level of force that led to her being exposed, her private part being exposed, is totally deplorable. It's unacceptable. And luckily, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, right? Development, Festus Keyamo, actually touched that in a press release he made yesterday, saying that whoever was involved in tearing that dress will be
fished out and sanctioned.
We really can't take any more calls. We're running out of time. So that the person will be fished out and sanctioned. So I think that is commendable, and I think that should be done. But let me also say this, that I do know that the police are empowered to shoot an alleged offender who is resisting arrest, and that's much worse than exposing someone's parts. Not shoot to kill, but shoot to demobilize. It's as bad as that. So, like somebody was saying, I think is it Timothy, was saying that what happened, what triggered. Well, I have snippets all over the place of some of the things that happened. The simple thing was put off your phone. And some versions say she retorted by saying the phone is already on flight mode. The people who are telling you to put it off know that there's something called flight mode. But the policy says put it off. Can we just please abide by rules? Can we please just abide by rules? We see all these things. That's what Concerned Citizen was saying. We see all these things play out in schools, everywhere. And it's leading to disaster. It was last year, towards the end of last year, was it? That the former wife of the Ooni of Ife, in conjunction with one radio station owner.
Yes, it was Christmas prayer.
Exactly. Organized a party. And simply because people refused to follow due order, several died. And they put the woman in trouble for something she just wanted to help.
And I doubt if she can embark on such.
She will not do it. If I were the one, I won't do it. So we're rounding up now, and I think that a whole lot of issues are involved in this matter. Saying that, definitely, like Esther did say, there must have been a reason why they had to handle her that way. She probably was resisting. And if somebody, it's reported, this person had dealt slaps on that woman, tempers were flaring already. So things were not going to be done with proper sense. It's unfortunate what has happened. I do hope we will keep following this, and I do hope that that justice is done and seen to be done on both sides. By the way, part of what we didn't take a look at because of time now is the fact that these airlines that are taking these very harsh decisions, many times they reschedule flights without prior notice, and the flight that is meant for noon does not go until 3 p.m.
Have they been sanctioned?
And there's no compensation. There's no hotel lodgement. There's no lunch. There's no anything. No compensation. Sometimes after delaying so long, they even cancel it outright. All that reforms are needed in that sector, and people should be held responsible for their actions. We must go now, and it's good night from me. My name is Dayo Omoogun.
And I am off from Steven.
Ekaette Ibuot is my name. Bye for now.
And as we say at Kaftan TV,
Imagine a beautiful world.